This is the requirement diagram for the Army retention tool. The system shall calculate the monetary value of a soldier's service over their entire career. Within the tool, there are many requirements. The first being guaranteed salary of the soldier. The system shall look up the guaranteed salary of the soldier based on rank and years of service. The first sub-requirement for this requirement is rank. The system shall take the rank of the soldier as an input. The next sub-requirement for guaranteed salary is years of service. The system shall display the number of years of service of the soldier as an input. The next requirement is tax-free housing allowance. The system shall calculate the tax-free housing allowance based on rank, zip code, and number of dependents of the soldier. For rank, the system shall take the rank of the soldier as an input. For the second sub-requirement, zip code, the system shall take the zip code of the soldier. For the third sub-requirement, the system shall take the number of dependents of the soldier as an input. The next requirement of this diagram is tax-free special pays. The system shall display a soldier's tax-free special pays based on language skills, deployment history, and hazardous duty. For language skills, the system shall take the number of languages spoken by the soldier as an input. For deployment history, the system shall take the number of times the soldier has deployed. For the final sub-requirement, hazardous duty, the system shall take whether the soldier has performed hazardous duties as an input. For the next requirement, GI Bill, the system shall calculate the soldier's GI Bill based on rank, years of service, and number of dependents. For the first sub-requirement of rank, the system shall take the rank of the soldier. For the second sub-requirement, years of service, the system shall display the number of years of service of the soldier as an input. For the next sub-requirement, dependents, the system shall take the number of dependents of the soldier as an input. The next requirement of the Army retention tool is inflation. The system shall account for the inflation rate of the dollar in a given period of time. The next requirement of the retention tool is value of healthcare. The system shall calculate the value of healthcare based on type of service and rank. For rank, the system shall take the rank of the soldier. For the type of service sub-requirement, the system shall take whether the soldier is active duty, reserve duty, or National Guard as an input. The next requirement is civilian salaries outside of the Army. The system shall look up the average civilian salary based on age and field of work. For the age sub-requirement, the system shall look up the average salary of civilians of military age. For the field of work subcategory, the system shall look up the average salary for civilians based on their job description. The final requirement for this system is value of retirement. The system shall calculate the value of retirement of the soldier based on type of requirement and years of service. For the type of requirement subcategory, the system shall take the type of retirement plan of the soldier as an input. For the final sub-requirement, the system shall display the number of years of service of the soldier. This concludes the requirement diagram.
Next, we have the block definition diagram. Upon this diagram, we have three categories: user interface, data tables, and lists. User interface is the means by which the user and the computer system interact, in particular the use of input devices and software. Data tables are things that the soldier can put in theirself. And upon that, we have 4 subcategories: tax-free housing allowance, inflation, years of service, basic allowance for housing. Our next category is lists. This is information that the soldier cannot put in themselves. Upon that, we have 4 subcategories, which includes special pays, the GI Bill, health care, and salary of civilians. This concludes the block definition diagram.
The final diagram is the sequence diagram. Within it, it contains the 4 elements of the block definition diagram: user interface, lists, and data tables. Under the lists and data tables, we have hazardous duty, type of service, civilian field of work, civilian salary outside the Army, and type of requirement. The information the user can input is the guaranteed salary, tax-free housing allowance, tax-free special pays, GI Bill, inflation, value of health care, and value of retirement. The next step displays the guaranteed salary, the tax-free housing allowance, tax-free special pays, GI Bill, inflation, value of health care, civilian salary, and value of retirement. What the system returns is the rank, years of service, rank, zip code, number of dependents, rank, years of service, number of dependents, rank and type of service, type of requirement, and again, years of service. This concludes the sequence diagram.